The boys are back in action tomorrow, so as normal, we will go over the build-up to that game whilst going over all the latest Celtic news from the last 24 hours, which includes the huge £40 million Brendan Rodgers and Celtic revelation. But first, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. Celtic have raised serious concerns with the SPFL after Dundee United hiked ticket prices for away fans ahead of the potential title-clinching clash at Tannadice on Saturday, April 26th. In an official statement, the club confirmed they have lodged a complaint with the league's governing body, stating, "Following the announcement of ticket arrangements for our forthcoming Scottish Premiership match against Dundee United at Tannadice on Saturday, April 26th, we can confirm that we have raised a number of concerns with the SPFL. The controversy stems from a 30% increase in the price of away tickets for the Celtic support, who are now being asked to fork out £42 for entry. The sharp hike has caused uproar among fans, especially given the significance of the fixture. Celtic could mathematically secure the league title that afternoon in Dundee. Adding to the outrage, it has emerged that Dundee United are offering tickets for as little as £10 to home fans without season books, a stark contrast that's been viewed by many as a deliberate move to profit from the visiting support's high demand. A source close to the club told Seltzer here the club believe Dundee United may be in breach of SPFL regulations concerning away ticket pricing fairness and are demanding answers from the league. This latest episode has heightened tensions between clubs and is likely to bring renewed scrutiny to the SPFL's handling of ticketing standards across the division. Celtic fans, who regularly follow the team across the country in large numbers, are now calling for a clear and fair pricing policy to prevent what many are describing as a cash grab at their expense. Now for the main story, as Brendan Rodgers has been tipped to splash the cash this summer after permanent deals for Adam Idah and Arnie Engels backfired for Celtic. The latter started the season brightly, having arrived from Augsburg for £11 million last summer, but he has certainly failed to fill the spot left vacant by Matt O'Reilly's move to Brighton. With 9 goals and 5 assists in the Scottish Premiership, there are some positive signs for Rodgers to work with, but it is Idah that has been the biggest letdown since arriving at Celtic. While the centre-forward has 14 goals to his name in all competitions, only 6 of them have come as a starter in the Hoops team, coming off the bench for 14 of his 30 Scottish Premiership appearances. Given the team's dominance in Scottish football, it is hardly surprising to see their records shoot up despite having a poor campaign, but it is often the big games that saw them disappear, especially Idah. Now, after Rodgers stated that change is needed in Celtic's squad, with the backing of former Hoops star Stilian Petrov, Tam McManus believes another £40 million could be needed, and so too better signings than Engels and Idah. Speaking via PLZ Soccer's The Football Show, McManus had this to say: "Stilian Petrov is being clever by challenging the board. Rodgers is going to need another £30 million to £40 million in terms of improving the squad to reach the same level in the Champions League. For Celtic to go and do it again, Rodgers needs to strengthen the squad. Watching Adam Idah at the weekend, he doesn't look like the same player. I don't know if it is confidence. Engels is still yet to convince me in terms of £11 million. Maybe he'll be better with a season under his belt, but those guys have to be standouts for that type of money, and they haven't done that," McManus concluded. Unless the board choose to back their manager, Rodgers could be tempted by another Celtic exit, but given what the team has achieved this season, fans would be crushed once again. His decision to leave Celtic Park and join Leicester City in 2019 was frowned upon, with many fans struggling to welcome him back 2 summers ago, but he has proven he still has what it takes to lead the team forward. The Hoops have left their old firm rivals Rangers in the dust in the Scottish Premiership table, currently sitting 15 points clear of second place, and were extremely unlucky not to advance in the Champions League. If Celtic are to recreate the campaign next season and reach even further than the round of 32, the manager will need backing to the hilt, or the club will run the risk of having to find a new manager. Ali McCoist told Football Insider that Rodgers could be tempted by another Celtic exit, but if another £40 million is invested into the squad this summer, his chances of leaving would diminish hugely. In other news, Brendan Rodgers was in no mood to entertain the annual Scottish football debate around Guard of Honour etiquette, as the Celtic manager swatted away the suggestion with minimal fuss. Speaking ahead of Sunday's Scottish Cup semi-final against St Johnstone, Rodgers was asked if he expected Rangers to applaud his team onto the pitch at Ibrox should they clinch the title before the Glasgow derby clash of the split. Celtic can officially seal their fourth consecutive Premiership crown with a result at Dundee United on April 26th before they travel to Govan for match day 2 of the post-split schedule, but the Parkhead boss wasn't biting on the latest round of Guard of Honour speculation. Rodgers said this on Celtic TV. "When do we play Rangers? A couple of weeks, right? There's enough time for that. I'm just focused on St Johnstone. That's the big focus," Rodgers said. The exchange follows a familiar script, with the traditional recognition of newly crowned champions a source of annual discussion whenever the title race is decided before a derby. The humiliation would be great, but it's an empty gesture. Rangers will honour Celtic in their own way when simply the best blares from the speakers as the players emerge from the tunnel. Rodgers' response made it clear that his attention is firmly fixed on Sunday's Hampton tie and ensuring Celtic reach another domestic cup final. Whatever happens at Ibrox, the manager is keeping his players focused on lifting silverware. In other news, Brendan Rodgers has confirmed that Kasper Schmeichel is edging closer to a return, with the Celtic goalkeeper back out on the training pitch. The experienced Dane has been sidelined with a shoulder injury since the March international break, with Viljami Sinisalo stepping in to deputise between the posts in his absence. Schmeichel's layoff was expected to last up to 6 weeks, but the sight of him back working on the grass offers hope of an earlier than expected return as Celtic aim to wrap up the Premiership title and secure a domestic treble. Kasper is back out working on the pitch. He is still not quite ready yet, Rodgers said on Celtic TV. The 38-year-old's return to light training is a boost to Celtic as they enter a crucial final stretch of the campaign. Sinisalo has performed admirably in recent weeks, including some clean sheets, but the return of Schmeichel's experience would be a welcome addition with high-stakes matches on the horizon. Sinisalo is the planned future number 1 at Celtic, and he will still enjoy learning from Schmeichel, who penned a contract extension ahead of next season. Rodgers is expected to stick with Sinisalo for the upcoming Scottish Cup semi-final against St Johnstone, but Schmeichel's return is being closely monitored, with hopes he'll feature before the end of the season. Lastly, Brendan Rodgers has admitted he remains in the dark over Greg Taylor's contract situation at Celtic, despite reports this week claiming the club has reopened talks over a new deal. The left-back, whose current contract expires this summer, played a starring role in Celtic's win over Kilmarnock and has continued to underline his importance to Rodgers' side, even with Kieran Tierney's return from Arsenal on the horizon. Rodgers, speaking to Celtic TV ahead of this weekend's Scottish Cup semi-final, said he's eager to keep Taylor at the club. However, conceded any progress on a new deal is now out of his control. He also said this: "I've seen a headline. Someone sent me a headline yesterday and I was hoping it was really true and that something had happened. I don't know of anything. I think I've said all along, he's a player I so want to keep here. That bit of it is out of my hands now. Until then, we'll just continue to work with him and never give up hope. There's still a wee bit of time left until the end of the season. I've got nothing to give you concrete on that. I'm just talking through my experience of being in this situation before with players. I'm hoping, and I'll hope that this is one of these that maybe can go on longer and doesn't go the other way, because normally in this situation, it feels that way," Rodgers concluded. Taylor has turned down offers to extend his stay in recent months, but Rodgers is still hoping for a positive outcome, even if experience tells him such situations often go the other way. Hopefully, Greg Taylor does decide to extend his stay at Celtic. The club needs 2 top-quality players for every position, especially with the increase in matches players are playing now. Time is running out for Greg Taylor and Celtic, with the hope for more updates to emerge soon. Kieran Tierney doesn't have the best injury record of late, so having a more than capable deputy who will get their fair share of minutes is a great thing for Celtic. What are your thoughts on these? Let us know down in the comment section below. Make sure you've liked this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content.